Hello everyone, in the previous video we learned how to set up the camera and lights for our scene. In this one we are finally going to render our scene, but before we do that we are going to add texture for our objects. And without being said, let's get into this. First, I am going to switch this Bezier curve we used to form the legs to mesh object data type. To do that, select this Bezier curve, go to object, convert to, and select mesh, and I will do the same for all of these. Then I am going to select the legs that we convert and go to object and join to make them one object. Then I will do the same but with the frame objects as well. And select the legs, object, join, and we have this as one object. Then I will do the same for the handle of the drawer. Select this handle and select the base for this handle and object join, and I will do the same for the drawer itself. Select the objects, object join. Remember to select an active object, and let's do it again, object join, and we get this, and I will do the same for all the drawers. After we done, we will have these objects in the outliner. For the frame there is one object, and for the drawer there's this handle with two objects, the handle and the drawer, and the same for the second and the third one. And we have the wall and the floor and the cube, also camera and light. Now let's switch to the shading workspace. In this one you can add materials and also customize them. To do that, simply select the object you want, go to properties window and select material properties and add a new material, and you will see these two nodes here. It seems intimidating at first, but it's okay. The green one is the principal node and the red one is the output node. Now you can switch the color for the object, but to see the difference, make sure you enable the shader view. Now we are going to add our own image texture. Press this icon right here and select image texture, and select this file icon and select your image. We are going to select this one. Now let's add more detail to our object. Ctrl A to open the add menu, add vertex displacement. Now let's connect the color with the vertex. Simply left click the color node and drag, and the displacement to the output displacement. Now Ctrl space to exit the maximize window, and as you can see we have more detail to our object. Let's switch or reduce the scale to 0.1. Now let's add our customized material to this drawer. To do that, go to the word icon and select the material you already customized. You will notice if you change any of these properties that the both objects will change. To fix this, you can go to add the new material icon right here, and you can change and customize the drawer object only. Now let's add the materials to the other two drawers. Now let's add material to this handle. Go to new and let's press this icon, select image texture and press the file icon, and let's select the image. The brown node represents the image texture that we add. Now let's add material properties to our object. Simply change it to 1, and let's decrease the roughness so we have the glossy, shiny looks right here. And let's do the same thing to the other handles. Now let's add color for the wall. Select the wall, and I'm going to add a color from the Adobe Color website. I'm going to choose this color combination. I will choose this one for the wall. Select to copy, or left click to copy, then go to the color and switch to the hex, Ctrl V to paste, and there we go. And I will do the same for the floor and for the cube. Left click to copy, go to new, select hex, and Ctrl V to paste. Now let's switch to the render view and see how the scene will look. Now 0 on the numpad to enter the camera mode, and remember to save your progress before you start rendering. Then go to render and render image. To render this image, we use the EEVEE engine. This is a real-time rendering engine used for fast rendering, so it will not give the realistic or the normal looking for the materials for the objects. On the other hand, we have Cycle Engine. This engine used ray tracing to give more natural and normal looking materials. To do that, go to render properties and switch render engine to cycles. You will notice on the top left that the ray tracing sample needs some time to load, and that's because the cycle engine used more realistic and natural looking materials, unlike EEVEE, which is used less time to render and unrealistic and less natural looking materials. A quick tip for faster rendering: go to the device and switch to the GPU if you have one, and make sure you go to Edit Preferences System, CUDA, and make sure your GPU is checked. Otherwise, stay in the CPU. Now let's go to render and render image again with the cycle engine, and let's see the difference. Congrats, you have accomplished your first project in Blender, and we learn a lot of different things. However, we are going to learn much more. So thank you so much for watching. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new, turn the notification on so you never miss a video, and I will catch you in the next one.